Good evening and welcome to Reasonable Men, the show where we explore the roots and solutions to today's most pressing local issues. I'm your host, Marty McDonald, joined as always by my good friends Abe Whitman and Walter Davis. Today we're going to focus our attention on the next generation of Shrewsbury citizens and how they are the worst appropriation of the word life since the Canadian goose. Abe, I believe you had an opening statement.
I do. You know, folks, the millennial generation is easily the worst generation to ever exist in human history. All right? They are self-entitled, lazy, spoiled wimps, and frankly, it is baffling to me that they could even exist like this, considering they were raised by the greatest generation, and yet, somehow, with the millennials and their just excessive mouth breathing and incompetence that has resulted in so much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that now we have climate change, it's clear to me that every single problem they want to burn our tax dollars on solving is completely caused by themselves.
Yeah. That is, if climate change is even real, which I haven't seen any evidence of, despite how many years people have been talking about it and how long it's been in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I understand, you know, of course, we can both agree that Al Gore is a sensationalist hack and a nutcase and a failure, but I use climate change, and a loser, I use climate change just as a way of illustrating the problem, illustrating the example. But the thing is, you know, okay, millennials are destroying the government, they're destroying society, they're destroying the planet, but we can survive one generation of liberal wimp snowflakes. The problem is, millennials have now come up with a weapon even more fearsome than mass mental retardation. Children.
Oh.
Yes, children.
You're right.
Millennials are now learning that they can shit out kids and fill them with the same awful values that they were grown up with. And guess what? You know how it's coming through in one horrifying way? Fashion.
Fashion? I didn't realize you were into that sort of thing.
Well, listen, Walter, if you knew as much as I do about this, you would be just as worried.
Do tell.
Okay. So I was in Dunkin' Donuts a few days ago, all right, getting my afternoon coffee. I walk in, and I swear to God, it's wall to wall. I have to stand in the back of the line right at the door because 24 of these Gen Z hooligans must have been in there.
Yeah, you must have been there around 2:53. Sherwood Middle School lets out at 2:35, and it's an 18-minute walk to that particular Dunkin' Donuts. And they seem to make a beeline for that one right there. It's a big hangout for them.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was standing in line at Dunkin' Donuts. And, you know, because I'm not some millennial reject like the rest of them, I don't have to spend all my time on my phone, so I just start taking in the moment, and with nothing better to do, I start ranking them. Not in like a creepy kind of way. Not in a creepy way. I just start ranking them on the scale of like, you know, would I want you to be my kid or not? Would I be embarrassed if you were my offspring? And you know what the thing is? Not a single one of those kids in line looked like I would ever want them to be my kid. I swear to God.
How so?
Well, okay. First of all, in terms of fashion,
Yeah.
all of these kids were wearing t-shirts. And not just plain t-shirts, mind you, okay? Some of them had these weird, almost aggressive words on them. And then other shirts they were wearing, I have to say, there was nothing, it must have been satanic symbols, okay? I have no idea what else they could have been. They were satanic symbols. Remember when t-shirts were sacred? Remember when the only time you would ever wear a t-shirt was when you were outside doing yard work or on vacation? Yeah, I remember. I remember those days, Walter. They were great. But you know what? If I wore a t-shirt now like these kids do every day to school, they would send me home. There'd be no way. When I went to school, it was either wear a dress shirt and a chinos, khakis, that sort of thing, dress pants, or they'd throw your ass back and make you change at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I went to school, my English teacher, Miss Betsy, would beat the crap out of us with a ruler if we got a question wrong.
You bring up a really good point.
Thank you.
Discipline.
Boom.
Discipline.
Yep, absolutely. That's what we're missing today.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying hit your kids. I don't necessarily condone that. But I'm just saying my dad hit me. So I think I'm okay with it.
I think it's only fair.
Yeah, it's only fair. But you know what? I think there's something else to it, okay? I think there's something, it's not just the t-shirts, okay? It's the hair, too. These kids now, they dye their hair, all right? We should be hitting the hair color out of them, whatever weird shit they're putting in there, because it's not just brunettes and going to blondes or something like that. They're doing all sorts of shades of the rainbow, from vomit green to crib death blue.
You know, first it's the t-shirts, then it's the hair. They look like clowns. It brings a 10 immediately down to a 7.
Yeah, sure. Then also, you know what else it is, I think? I think it's an LGBT thing, okay? I think it has something to do with that, how they're just doing stuff. I don't even know what it is, but it's some sort of thing.
For me, I think that being gay is in itself a fashion statement. Because when I was growing up, we just didn't have gay people. It just didn't exist. Now it seems to be the cool thing to do. And I'm not being homophobic at all. I'm just telling it like it is.
Yeah, no, you're not homophobic, not at all. Okay, I'm not homophobic either. None of us are. Okay, that's not what we're saying at all here. Like, if I were gay, which I'm not, but if I were gay, none of these kids would be attractive to me. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, well, there you go. And you know what? I feel like we've shared enough of our own thoughts on this
I
topic.
think so.
Call the number you see below to weigh in on the child fashion controversy in Shrewsbury.
Hey, okay. There we go. Oh, caller, you're on the air. Put you on speakerphone. We're at, what's your question?
Wow, that's great. I'm glad I was able to get through. Thanks for picking up. I was calling to get your advice. My daughter, God bless her soul, she's starting to get all these piercings all over her body. Not just the normal stuff like the ears, but that's the nose and the eyebrow and the lips, and now she wants to get her belly button done. What do I do?
All right, Mr. What's your name?
Briggs.
Mr. Briggs. Mr. Briggs, here's the thing. It seems like your daughter is an absolute whore. An attention whore, that is. So, look, if she wants to get metal in her body, have her sign up for the army and take a bullet like the brave men and women serving our country.
I don't know about that. I mean, she's very well behaved. It's just so expensive, and I really don't like the way it's starting to make her look.
Wait, hold on. So she's not sneaking out of the house to do this. You are letting her do this?
Well, yeah.
What the hell is your problem? Okay, you know what? Change the whole thing up. I have no sympathy for you, okay? You are a pathetic disgrace of a father, and you know what? If it were up to me, if I had the power, I wish I did, if I had the power, I would put your daughter up for adoption. Not like anyone would ever take her, but I would do it.
Well, look, I know I messed up. Yeah. I know I don't deserve her. No. I want to make this right. Tell me what I should do.
Okay, you know what? Hey, Dad, here's what you do. You put your foot down. You tell her that no more piercings will happen under your roof or else she takes a hike.
If I could interject here just for a moment, you know, that will only keep it from getting worse. What we want to do is make this better. So the way I see it, you have two options. Option number one, you take all her piercings away, you throw them in the trash. Option number two, you take the piercings, her most recent ones that haven't quite healed yet, and you rub them in some sort of chemical or filth, and then she puts them back in and they become infected, and then she never wants to get another piercing for as long as she lives.
Yeah, you know, I hadn't thought about that. That's good. Thanks for the tip.
You bet.
Well, yeah. Well, I think that solves your problem for you. So if you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call.
All right, I'll do that. Thanks a lot. You guys are great.
All right. Have a good one.
That goes for all of our viewers. If you have a question, feel free to call us at the number below or email us at shrewsburyisgoingtohell@gmail.com.
That's going to do it for tonight's episode. Be sure to tune in next time where we discuss another complex issue, excuse me, in an equally unbiased and level-headed manner. Good night, everybody.